Hello everyone. Let us learn about intrauterine contraceptive device or copper T. There are four generations of IUCDs. First generation they contain copper surface less than 300 millimeter square and they are less effective. They are out of date, not available also. Second generation IUCDs they are non-hormonal, they are copper containing, but they are most effective methods to the rate of pregnancy as zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.8 hundred women years of use. They include copper T 380A, 380 slimline, then multi-load copper 375, Nova T, soft T, copper safe and Fincoid. These are the different second generation copper medicated non-hormonal IUCDs. Third generation IUCDs are hormonal IUCDs. We have learned last time Mirina, Lelita, Skyla, Kalina. And fourth generation IUCDs are frameless, so less expression but more effective. These are the first generation IUCDs, copper 7, copper T 200 and multi-load 250. The pregnancy rate is 2 per 100 women years. So they are not that effective. Second generation IUCDs they are available now. Copper T 380 slimline where the sleeves are near the tip of the horizontal axis and copper T 380A. Nova T multi-load 375 multi-load mark T2 means it has got it's a new small inserter to prevent the perforation, but the device is approximately same. Other second generation IUCDs are copper safe 300. All these devices they have got flexible curved arms. Copper safe has got a monofilament tail which is folded on the shaft. Fincoid 350 it is a plastic device, plastic one, and with a copper coating here. There is no copper wire here. Softy there are balls on the horizontal axis at the tip. So it prevents the salpingitis and ectopic pregnancy effect after all. National Family Planning Program government supply is of copper T380A and copper 220C. Now details of copper T380A. This is very important slide from practical examination point of view. Every third student is asked viva on this copper T. Okay. Each and every sentence in this slide is important. Listen carefully. Now this copper T380A, it is effective for 10 years. It is a second generation IUCD. It is non-hormonal copper medicated. Let us talk about the frame first and then the copper wire. It has got a T frame which is made up of polyethylene. It is impregnated with barium sulfate so that it is radio opaque and can very well be identified when there is misplaced IUCD, and it can be identified by X-ray if it is coated with a barium sulfate, if it gets misplaced. Then it contains copper wire around this vertical shaft of 314 millimeter square, and it has got copper sleeves on the transverse arm each of 33 millimeter square. There are two in number. So 314 plus 66, two sleeves. The copper contained will be total 380 in this device. The presence of sleeves on the transverse axis makes the device more effective at the fundus. It has got contraception effect. So it is a most effective device of 0.6 to 0.8 hundred women years. This copper is impregnated with silver. Thus, effectiveness increases up to 10 years. It can be extended up to 20 years also. There is immediate contraception effect hence can also be used as emergency contraception where it is introduced within 5 days of intercourse, and it also prevents intrauterine adhesions, hence can be used in a patient where there are intrauterine adhesions and further formation of the adhesions it prevents. This copper T is reversible method of contraception. Removal is very easy. Return of fertility is 90% within first year of removal. It is a safe device. There is no effect on breastfeeding, no interference with the sex, no systemic side effects, least chances of ectopic pregnancy 0.08 per 100 women years of use. Mode of action. These next two slides are very important from theory point of view and practical examination point of view also. What is the mode of action? Copper T acts as a foreign body and causes inflammatory reaction in the endometrium. Thus, there is infiltration of giant cells and macrophages which engulf the spermatozoa also and the ovum and cause phagocytosis of the sperm and ovum. IUCD also causes copper causes biochemical changes in the endometrium, causing reduction of sperm mobility and capacitation. Thus, sperms cannot reach the fallopian tube. This effect is due to release of prostaglandin, which causes fibrinolysis of the spermatozoa, the release of cytokines, and lysosomal disintegration of the sperms is also observed. The other biochemical change which occurs in the endometrium is copper ions act on the enzymes in the endometrium fluid and in the fallopian tube fluid, where in the fallopian tube it prevents fertilization and in the endometrium fluid it prevents implantation of blastocyst. This copper T also causes tubal hurry and prevents the fertilization of the ovum. Alright. Fertilization of the ovum. This should be differentiated from Mirena, where there is sluggish movement of the fallopian tube. And in cases of copper T, there is tubal hurry. Copper surface less than 300 mm square, they are less effective IUCDs. They are first generation IUCDs. This is mode of action is for all copper containing devices. What are the indications for copper T insertion? Multipara for spacing, lactating mothers. We have learned for postcoital contraception and for intrauterine adhesions prevention also. Copper T is a best choice where oral contraceptive or combined oral pills COC are contraindicated, like elderly women with tobacco use and cardiovascular diseases, hypertensive disorders, hyperlipidemia, thromboembolism. In all these cases, oral contraceptives are contraindicated, but copper T can very well be introduced. Other cases like focal migraine, postoperative cases where there is immobilization, there also copper T can be introduced. Patients with diabetes, liver disease, gallbladder disease, pregnancy-induced hepatitis, and breast cancer cases can also be selected for IUCD insertion. Contraindications. Copper T should not be introduced in the patients of Wilson's disease. It is the only major contraindication. The rest are relative contraindications like cervical erosion and infections, vaginitis. In the cases of fibroid uterus and adenomyosis of uterus, where the uterine cavity is distorted, there are more chances of expulsion of the device. Hence, It is not used in fibroid and adenomyosis. Patients with severe anemia, genital bleeding, where the cause is not known. Because with copper T, there is more chance of irregular bleeding. Then diagnosis cannot be done, whether the bleeding is because of copper T or because of malignancy. Multiple sex partners and HPV infections and CIN lesions, these are the high-risk patients of cervical cancer and HPV infections, and better avoid in these cases. Past history of ectopic pregnancy, post LACS cases within 2 months, copper T introduction is avoided because there are chances of perforation of the uterus during introduction. So after complete involution of uterus and healthy scar, you can go ahead with the copper T after 3 months. Heart disease cases where there is a risk of infection like ACV. Nullipara, congenital defects of the uterus, copper T should not be introduced. Patients with diabetes who are at risk of sexually transmitted diseases, copper T use is avoided. Postpartum cases with chorioamnionitis, PROM, more than 18 hours, postpartum hemorrhage, copper T is not advocated as a postpartum contraception. Safe time to introduce copper T, interval introduction after menstruation within 7 days. Post-abortion cases, postpartum cases, post-placental cases, less chances of expulsion rather than postpartum. During LSCs also, copper T can be introduced. Counseling is very important for follow, as there is risk of CN disease and there is risk of PID also. Hence, PAP test must be done every 6 months. Risk of PID is 10 times more, and with this there is 10% chances of discontinuation of use of copper T. Patients are at risk of missing thread with cramp-like pain in abdomen, where there may be misplaced IUCD in the peritoneal cavity or there may be perforation. Risk of perforation is less, 1 in 1000. She is at risk of having missed period with pain in abdomen, syncope like attack. So there are chances of ectopic pregnancy. Hence, patient should report if she cannot feel the thread and if she misses the period also. These two conditions she must report to the hospital. Then she is at risk of having irregular bleeding PV and menorrhagia and can result in anemia also. So with such problem, if she gets, she has to report to the hospital. Chances of expulsion are more with the nullipara and are seen if the insertion is done in the postpartum period or immediately with the onset of menstruation. There are less chances of expulsion in the post-placental insertions. Method of introduction of copper T is a withdrawal method of inserter. And for multi-load, there is an applicator which is directly pushed into the uterine cavity and then withdrawn. For third generation like Mirena, there is a special method of introduction, but it is still withdrawal method. For fourth generation, the IUCDs are frameless. Filmless slim is a novel easy insertion technique of followed for the frameless IUCDs. Method of copper T insertion. It is an OPD procedure, day care procedure, no anesthesia. Aseptic precautions are observed in all. First, post-speculum examination is done. Pap smear is taken. It should be normal. There should not be any vaginal infections. PV examination is done. About the size of the uterus, exclude pregnancy also by history, pregnancy test or TBS. This is an inserter with a plastic tubing. This is a solid plunger. And there is a guard. This one is the guard and the plunge. So this is the inserter with the plunger inside and there is a copper T on the top tip. In these cases, it is available in the sterile pack in the plastic package. It is sterilized by gamma rays. There is no need to sterilize the ICD. First, one has to load the inserter with the copper T, where the transverse arms, they are folded at the tip of the inserter, and then it is ready to use. This loading of the device can be done after removing it from the wrap or can be done prior. When it is done prior to the removal from the wrap, it is known as no touch technique. What it is? In these cases, before opening the packet, load the horizontal arm, load the copper T in the inserter by folding the horizontal arm into the tip. Then, without touching the copper T, remove the inserter and plunger from the packet. Then next, third step is, without touching the vagina, put whole of the device inside the uterus without touching anywhere. So this method of loading the copper T and introducing is no touch technique, but the method is always a withdrawal method. Sim speculum, Ellis tissue forceps and uterine sound, and plus one more scissor is required to cut the thread. Initially, one has to put the speculum, then apply an Ellis tissue to the cervix, put a uterine sound, measure the uterocervical length, then adjust the flange of the device, flange of the inserter over that measurement. Thus, this inserter with the plunger is ready with a loaded copper T on the top. This inserter is introduced up to the fundus. Then next step, withdraw the inserter till this end. Initially it was here. Now withdraw it. Fix the plunger at one place and withdraw the inserter up to this end, so that the arms of the copper T, they open inside. Then remove the inserter and plunger together so that the copper T is left in place. So these are the 3 steps to introduce the copper T. Causes of missing thread, and the patient cannot feel the thread. Maybe pregnancy, either ectopic or normal, perforation of uterus, displacement in the peritoneal cavity, or even it may get expelled out. In these cases of missing thread, investigate and rule out pregnancy by sonography, pregnancy test. By sonography, one can confirm the site where it is and whether it is in the uterine cavity or peritoneal cavity. If it is in the uterine cavity, embedded there, can be removed with the hysteroscopy. But if it is in the peritoneal cavity, should be removed by laparoscopy. Removal is required in all. What is the management of pregnancy with copper T? The risk of pregnancy is 0.8 per 100 women. It is the most effective method. It is very rare entity. If there is a pregnancy, there are chances of abortion, preterm delivery, or IUG or baby. In first trimester, how do you manage it? If the tail is not seen, then copper T may be left. Pregnancy may be continued with copper T in situ. No teratogenic effect. If thread is seen, remove the copper T, or MTP followed by MTP, by suction evacuation or by medical abortion after removal of copper T. Okay. In second trimester, the copper T can get expelled out if she aborts, or it can get expelled out with the placenta in third stage of labor. Rule out ectopic pregnancy. Chance of ectopic pregnancy with copper T is 0.08 within 1 year of use and increases to 0.8 after 10 years use. With Mirena, it is relatively less. It is 0.02 in first year and 0.22 at the end of 10 years. Indications for removal: want of pregnancy, menorrhagia, dysmenorrhea. HPV infections and CN lesions is a rare condition, rare necessity. Displacement of IUCD and missing thread, almost all cases must be removed. Pregnancy, ectopic pregnancy or first trimester pregnancy, there it should be removed. A menopausal lady after amenorrhea 1 year can be removed. Advantages: can be used in a perimenopausal lady. A patient needs single time motivation, no effect over other drugs, breast milk also, no systemic side effects. Does not interfere with the sex. Its use can be extended up to 20 years, contraception use. Other uses of ISD we have learned, emergency contraception and to prevent the intrauterine adhesions, not the pelvic adhesions, uterine adhesions. Disadvantages, immediate complications like vasovagal attack, difficulty in introducing the IUCD. That's why the person should be skilled to put the IUCD inside. There are chances of perforation of uterus and misplacement of ICD. More chances of infection and expulsion in nullipara. There is risk of CIN lesion and PID if multiple sex partners are there. Risk of menorrhagia and anemia also, dysmenorrhea. Pain in abdomen, bleeding PV, intermittent, irregular bleeding, and vaginal discharge are known side effects of IUCD. Thanks for watching.